you know, Nine can just win this game by himself as well.
Are you okay?
Nine did have a real good game number 1 against Quinn's mid lane here. So
Quinn's angry now, though.
Quinn's angry. Yeah, I would not put past Quinn as a guy who wants to run it back and make a statement. If you.
It's like they lost to a European player with 100 ping. That's ridiculous. Preposterous. It's my time to shine now.
Death Prophet, you think easier or harder to play on ping?
He's one of the easier heroes because he has like a nuke.
Yeah.
And he has pretty high base damage. Yeah, but like when it comes to like say playing spirit heroes like Storm, Ember, all of these heroes that are like involved around like clutch stuff.
Yeah. Invoker's got to be somewhere in the middle of that, right? I mean, you kind of need timing to invoke some spells. I'm not an Invoker player myself. I didn't even play it back in Dota 1 when it was like 1,000 spells. But
I think just Ice Wall, if anything. Everything else is like it's not that bad.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say it's easy. It's not that bad. You know, the Ice Wall I think is a little difficult. You need to get like it has to be fast, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Run in, run out.
All right, so business will hold the northern half of the bounties while we see Quincy crew take up the bottom half. Let's get into it here. Beyond the Summit Pro Series playoff action. Game number 1 going the way of Quincy crew in this best of 3. After this series, there's more Dota to come. We're going to remain in the upper bracket of the playoffs and watch the other round 1 matchup. It will be Evil Geniuses versus Crazy. Should be a hype time as well.
So they're actually going for aggro tri-lane here from Quincy crew. Sand King Silverling's top lane. He's being able to give him a game.
Don't get to see the aggro lanes a whole lot often. It feels not all in, but they have to feel pretty confident in this setup, and obviously it needs to succeed. When it doesn't succeed, it feels that much worse here. Viver is just trying to flex out his early tag team, but Moo has got the bash, level 1, and doesn't care about no tag team. Takes it right back to Viver.
False, I don't.
They tried to pull the lane back, but unfortunately they had 2 creeps there still. If they're able to get the lane back there, they actually just would have won the lane by himself, but... He almost died.
Yeah, I was just going to say, he barely lived on. It looks like he was way in the mix trying to get as much CS as he possibly could. Wants that start 6-0 to Invoker's 2-1 in the first wave, but almost cost him his life getting in so much CS.
Who's just trying to maximize his levels right now by just arrowing some creeps and giving the solo XP to...
Exactly. I mean, that's nice for MSS too, though. I mean, he should kind of get a little bit of his zone. Brack's certainly going to be fine, but I imagine we're not going to see too much action happening there at the top. The action's actually down here, folks, so we'll move the camera over here, where we unfortunately didn't miss first blood. It is going to be Fear grabbing up Yawar. That's not good. That's your tri-lane core falling.
Brax is having a...
Oh my goodness, I just barely catch the back into that. It looks like Moose sets up a wonderful arrow in the mid lane and gets out Quinn. All right, hold on, let me get a sip of this Monster Java, folks, and I'll get the camera back going.
I have my focus game back up too. I was watching... the top lane is 12-8 against the Sand King. He just got 2 creeps right now. It's 3-0. He's getting absolutely destroyed right now.
Yeah, I'm eating my words right now. Mojo is not getting his own laning phase. He is getting schooled for the time being. Brax. Not a great start for Quincy crew. All across the board, losing Race King bottom, getting drowned out top, and Quinn going down mid lane. Bad news here. They are going to make the jump for Moo. Moo does get the Frost Shield. They really want to make this work, but they can't get it done.
And Mirana finally makes his way towards bottom. You know, he made a play mid, arrowed some creeps to neutrals. They're looking to make another play right now once Moo is a little bit more healthy.
Not mana on Viver. He does have the mango in case something does go down. But Arrow finds its mark onto SVG. They hit him with the Frost Blast at that same moment. The snowball, long and delayed to dry bail him out, and it looks like it will be good enough.
Play there by Viver, heads up.
Yep.
Click on the snowball there.
Little save, but pressure on Mirana. Make appearances from catch others off guard. Quinn on the fight back in this mid lane. Retains his CS a bit, but is falling behind now on the XP because of that takedown. Do not want to leave too far from this mid or bottom lane. That's where the action is gonna.
And everything here.
Doubling up still CS in that top lane Mars.
Watch
To Mojo's Sand King.
It's
Gonna get a pull. Experience here through the bottom lane. Moo is rotating over, looking for that possibly magical shot, or the oh no, it was the top. Swing will get the haste root top. Neither mid laner has a bottle though, so.
Top lane though, wow, Brax is just completely blue farming here on top lane.
Go calling his way back, but certainly pales in comparison to where Brax currently stands. So, okay, Quinn using that haste rune, shoving 9 back. Moose is going to slowly creep over and Quinn checks the tornado arrow. Nice.
Traction in 3 seconds.
Oh, the miss.
Oh,
Not quite enough.
second. 1 second.
Not gonna make it. That's 2 takedowns for Quinn.
Radiant's current.
Top lane. Brax solos down MSS.
Braxton Paulson and with the bounty rune secured as well. And his lane is shoving in. That's, oh my god, his Sand King is really sad right now.
Bottom. Looks like they'll get the jump on for fear. It does cost SVG as Moose sweeps in from behind. Fear will get the last hit on that one just before he falls.
4 bounties for, no, 3 bounties for business here.
The prize is mine.
My goodness, and away we go. Quite ridiculous. How much action we're already unfolding. Was not expecting Brax to get the solo kill even before the level 6. Now he is level 6, so by the time Mojo comes back, just being level 4, he's in a bit of an awkward spot. Have Sandstorm? Yeah, he doesn't have Sandstorm to farm up the jungle. So he's got to do a pull and get it done the old-fashioned way.
He's really sad right now, that's for sure. Yeah, right now they're just making sure this TA doesn't get completely out of control. Should probably sentry for mid so he doesn't have all these traps set up for him as well. He's gonna look for another potential kill here at bottom. They do have vision on him now this time around.
He's going to get caught off guard as easily, but nice snowball to dodge the arrow. I was going to say, but when you're slowed, even if you know it's coming, it could be hard to sidestep the arrow, but snowball will be forced out. But you know, this is Quincy tri-lane on the defensive.
Despite the tri-lane, Moo actually got a lot out of it still.
Yeah.
Level 5 already. It's very, very strong with that bracer as well. He coming out now. So start top lane. Well, this is actually a kill. It's really strong on Mars. Level 7.
Yeah.
Brad should actually, you know, he's very high level right now. I don't think he should keep like on top. He should like him and Marana with Invoker should just pressure in this mid tower. You know, with a Cyclone into Arena, like this TA will die. Like this Sand King, he doesn't have a game already, and you know, giving him like 1 or 2 waves, it's not really gonna do at all. So at least to force some sort of pressure onto the map instead of kind of keeping this lane static.
Time though, they're not doing any movement away from that top lane. Quinn takes a moment to sidestep and go for some jungle farm. He's welcome back with that tornado EMP infraction. Moose will continue to move around. Looks like he found a creep. Could be a sentry board down. Little snag for him.
This ward here by Quincy on bottom is like very game winning for them.
Oh, they'll take care of it. Yeah, he pinged out before. He knew that they seemed to be privy to Moo's movement. Yeah. So good heads up there.
And they're like, all right, yours, like I'm out of here. I'm gonna farm the jungle.
All right,
and there it is. This is the play I was kind of mentioning. Braxy's looking into a potential rotation in mid, but it's like he's not in the lane anymore. It was when, like, you know, the lane is like shoved into their tower in the tier 1. You know, you set up with the Cyclone and the TPing in.
They're invading. It was pinged out. Saw 9. Picked up the DD. Quinn makes his return to the mid lane as SVG behind him. Breakout, but without an opportunity, like you mentioned, Brax will take his business back up to that top lane. A lot of free farm for himself.
pretty farm, very high levels. Important thing here. And Quincy is just, they're 5-manning their own jungle. They're just they're smoking actually now. I'm trying to make a play with Sand King. I'm gonna kill this Invoker.
Invoker actually going on the offensive himself, committing out the Tornado EMP. What he may not know is the rest of Quincy are coming in from behind. They will stun up the Invoker and finish him off. No Ice Armor going to be good enough to finish it. And here comes Moo now sliding in with Brax in the arena. They put their focus onto Quinn and get their own bit of redemption. Follow up onto SVG. And they will make it a 2-for-2 exchange.
It's very nice, and very even trade-off as well. You know, Invoker and TA about the same network with the same levels.
Who wants a piece of the king? He doesn't have level 6 yet. With everybody rotating towards that mid lane, doesn't anticipate there'll be too many reinforcements.
Yeah, Yoar doesn't want to be anywhere close to where this Slardr's at because it just kicks him out of the lane entirely. So and he's actually level 7 now, and Wraith King's level 5.5.
Up to the top lane where he'll continue to pressure. The rest of his team now converging potentially onto this mid lane where Quinn is still at, but have that ward on the side of the mid lane. I'm not sure if they saw that movement.
The only
Cautious of where
problem with
Brax is.
what Business has is, like, in comparison, is like if they get these kills, taking towers for them is like objective-wise, it's very slow, right? They don't have this Chen, they don't have this Beast or like Wraith King or whatever, you know. But for like Quincy, it's like whenever they get a kill, they're able to pressure this tower. Pressure any towers, like, and they don't really have like the only objective that they can really take on Business is like Roshan because of the power of Slardar. And they have to really use the siege here at this 10 minutes, so they should get what they're doing already. They're surrounding this tower because that's the only real way that they're able to take towers.
Yep, I don't know how well Quincy can hold the line. Not going to have access to some of their support ultis yet. MSS shows up and nearly gets taken out. Snowball to bail him out from trouble.
Does that work? If the Sand King, he could burrow strike out of arena, right?
I would imagine so.
He's going under.
Under the arena? You have to go over, I guess under works too?
You can fly over it, so
yeah.
I assume you can dig under.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, so they identified, like, you know, how important the siege is for to at least pressure the siege. You know, in all of this, it's like they're able to do that in chaos. Quincy was able to defend with 3 heroes. Wraith King gets a free tower while TA is farming the jungle.
They'll make him pay. He didn't even level the ult yet, but will not need to. Oh, he actually pops the wand and he'll have plenty of mana. Still doesn't even find it necessary. Able to hide within the trees, and now on the retreat without the safety of the tier 1. Here comes Quincy, pick out the dust. Ready to go. They will muscle down Brax.
I think Brax just felt like he was dead, so he didn't use his second spell, the Rebuke. Otherwise, like, the Wraith King would have died there. Vessel's almost finished here on Invoker now as well.
Obviously a very nice item to have in this game when you're going against the Chen and the sustain that he will bring throughout the game, and his Panda God and his mech / breeds. Then the life leech of Bar will be hindered a bit by I see Agnem Scepter queued up for Moo and his Slardar. Puddle of water that is considered a river movement and bonus.
Yeah, I mean, they just want another hero that can just frontline, where if he's just standing in this puddle, like, they can't just burst him down. Super tanky with all the physical, it gives them all that bonus armor. I think it's like 12 armor or something.
Quite there with the rebuke. Mid lane, they're back again. Round number 2 to pressure the tier 1 tower. Just tries to burrow away, but has no more mana. 20 charges, uses it. They don't really have an answer to stop this siege.
That's kind of what I was mentioning. I mean, their answer is just the fact that Business's sieging is just not great, not the greatest, right? They don't have heroes that can just take down towers quickly.
It's identified slow or keep farming.
Identified that by just like showing like, hey, I only need to bring 2 or 3 heroes, and all of that they were bringing 4 heroes from Business. And you know, on Quincy, like, TA's free farming. Wraith King was kind of, he was a little kicked out, but he's still farming the jungle a bit. This TA is like, you know, the real carry. He's gonna be snowballing.
Oh, quick snipe onto Fear. He kind of miscalculated the East finish and gets hit with the gaze, if you will, the hair.
That was a really nice side blade by Quinn, though. Yawar is 1,000 away from his relic now.
For the hunt.
Letting him know that they're
Dire's
watching,
top tower
but
is under
don't
attack.
really have a way to jump his majesty quite yet.
So Yawar's smart. He's playing under his tower. TPing towards the breach. Well, what Quinn's doing is like good because he's pressuring the enemy by taking the enemy jungle and not taking his jungle just to give space for Yawar.
Dire
Comes in like Shadow Gang. Moo from behind. Oh,
Radiant's bottom
spots out the
tower
sentry.
has fallen.
Knows that the jig is up.
Dire's middle
Doesn't
tower
want to
is
consider
under
going cross
attack.
lane and filtering out that high ground. They'll use this brief window to finish out the tier 1 finally. Takes them 3 tries to move in. Obviously, their more difficulties and capabilities.
Yeah,
Radiant's
Quinn was
bottom
also able to get
tower
another
is
tier
under
2 there. It's
attack.
like, you know, Quincy Crew's like, they're honestly fine having this chill game and like delaying the towers as much as possible without throwing bodies to feed, because it's like, they know they are going to scale better, infinitely times better, by just farming. And, you know, farming with their cores and defending, you know, with these 3 heroes. Just because it's like they have a starter that's like their carry starter. And on business side, they feel very like antsy, like thinking like, hey, if we don't get these kills, like we're gonna feel pressured when it comes down to like late game. And they need to constantly be pressuring and like killing these enemy heroes. And that's what they're gonna feel good about with the lineup that they have.
So what is it that they're waiting for to kind of make that call? Is it Jags? Is it Mars having a way to jump into the fight? We have to hold that thought in a moment. A bit of harassment here onto MSS, but still Moo has no way to really get in there. Can't get the corrosive haze off or the vision, and we'll have to backpedal again to the woods. What is it that business want to get before they come together and try to strike?
They want to finish off the Ags on Slardar, maybe getting his level 12 as well, and then getting Roshan and forcing a fight there. Unfortunately, the Sentinel just finished the Blink down there. Like, the moment he finishes Blink, they make a smoke play, and they want to be able to use this Blink Dagger and get a fast kill out of it. And they're gonna kill their highest net worth hero, which is tempting on Slardar. You don't know that there's Blink. Yeah.
Want to put some use out of it just after purchase.
Out of my way!
One creep will be sacrificed.
And Mo just kind of, he has his epi now. He just got his level. Level 9, he didn't have his ulti.
They're very cautious about their approach, not looking to just make a careless jump in onto business here.
Yeah, they definitely don't want to force him. There's a double.
Isolate here, and then make the jump on the move. The counter jumping from Brax. Getting out the arena, they focus on the MSS and they'll blast him down. Follow up for Tusk, also going to be successful. Spear dives in with a chain frost. Oh god, SPG gets a couple of bounces. Hits to the tornado, and will be finished too. Double kill for Brax on that one. And all the meanwhile, Wraith King still farms up elsewhere, and even Quinn not participating too much in that.
Here's the Roshan. He's finishing up his Ags in like 100 gold.
Dire's
I was just about to say, you know,
middle
Mojo's being very like, he's very thoughtful and being considerate of like how he's being very patient. And in the end, I think he just got a little impatient there, just kind of jumped the gun, thinking that he was able to kill. So kind of, you know, wasn't really in their favor there. Should have been a little bit more patient. You need to be able to start off with this epi, because he was jumping in, anticipating like maybe this CA has a Blink Dagger too, but he had to run into the fight and, you know, hit him. And you need to be able to burst them by like jumping together and synergizing with your heroes.
Quincy now back and respawn from that little skirmish. Obviously, CW is defending the bottom lane, so have to know that business should be inside the Roche pit. Mentioned it's very important Roche pit for them. Aegis to have. They are in a good power peak, if you will, having the Aegis, or having the Agnums rather, complete onto Moo. He will also be the one to pocket the Aegis. Got to see if they're going to have enough firepower to take it to Quincy. In particular, Yawar, 2 lives of that.
Oh, bottom lane here. Brax spots out the TA. He doesn't have Blink Dagger.
Way committed deep. Quinn. Gazed up. Oh, arrow not going to be there, and he manages to TP away. Quinn even throws the tip to fear. Should have tipped moves on that one, unfortunately. Is just sidestepped it. Maybe the gaze pull also. It's very rough, very unfortunate.
If he uses reboot, he would have got hit by the arrow after. Yeah, little. That was such a big kill, honestly. That was so big.
A bit disheartening there for business. They have to see what else they can get. Quinn's back at the top lane. They ping him out. It's hard for Moo to get into action here. He needs that blink. He cues it up next. He's just going to walk in slowly. Does get the crush. But has to be careful. Quinn's got firepower himself with that Deso. But as I say that, Brax moves in, takes him with the spear. Nice stun from Mojo. Committing in, and now big chain frost on the fire back. Blue barely surviving, is able to muscle down and finish MSS. Quinn hits the deck. Yawar on the run, has too low of mana. Has to retreat. Dust does settle. It is a 2-for-2 exchange. A core and a support apiece, but using Quinn, it's gotta hurt.
Insane regen by Moo there. Like, he was so close to finishing off his Radiance, but Radiance is now finished off now.
Radiance are fortified.
Still have Aegis, right? Still has his Aegis as well. He's closing up on his blink now.
That blink will definitely...
Dire's structures.
Something a kill here on bottom lane.
Dire's bottom tower.
No wall. Taking moves after the lead. Follow up burrow.
With honor.
Wow.
With honor.
On goes down. Moo's not quite able to accumulate the amount of farm from the previous game, but still trying to hang in there. Has sled it out for the Solar Crest. This really wants to amplify Moo as much as possible.
They're looking to try to kill this Wraith King again. Invoker's here. Sparta's not here yet, so
Ooh. Jumping from Brax, but a bit of a misplay as he was already up in the Tornado from 9. With this vessel, tried to go for the shard block out, but
yeah. So what Chaos or Quincy still wants to do is just farm from the map, get their items. TA really wants his BKB because he's still kind of unable to fight unless they're able to get like key pickoffs when if BA is not grouped up.
he gets surrounded. Yep.
Dire's middle tower is under
It's like the problem is like, I mean, this is all what business can do. It's because like if they're able to get a tower and use their sieges to take down these towers, then they can do it. But otherwise, they're just gonna be killing and just controlling the map and continue snowballing and have a huge net worth advantage. Because like we kind of mentioned before, it's like their tower taking skills. It's not really that great. And you know, Quincy can just continue farming the map until they hit their key item timings.
Yeah, Quinn blinks back, avoids the initial spear jump from Brax, but now the arena follow-up with the spear vessel, both of them ganging up on her. Yeah, it's all but certain. Fear, he's been waiting for that one. He wanted to tip Quinn right back, even though he wasn't there. He's the hype man. He's like, we gotcha.
Brax does, I didn't realize, but he did buy, Fear bought it. He bought an early gem, I think, to get rid of all the vision that they had. And, you know, I think Quinn realized that too. Otherwise, he just would have been able to meld and wait for his next refraction to get out of there. That's pretty nice, being able to deward everything. This is what they need to do. They need to control this map. They need to get rid of the vision, and you know, because Quincy's just trying to dodge everything that they can right now, unless they're able to split them up and get key pickoffs with the Santi and TA with their blink daggers.
Moose ventures down south to see what's going on, but runs into trouble. You know, Quincy didn't jump onto taking the outpost yet, or anything too much of a red flag, and now the follow-up's going to be here. The business crew show up, and not just get one, but looks like they will score both support kills. Moo taking that one now, dominating on his Slardar. You know, they're running around and they're finding little pickoffs, but they're deep on their side of the map. So by the time they get these pickoffs, they have to run all the way back across the river to the other side to try to get those +1 objectives.
Yeah, Quincy feels a little bit pressured now, but maybe
Oh wow, they caught out Yawar here. Good damage, but Quinn just takes it right to 9, and he is just trucking him down. 2 more shots to do it, but Fear with the bailout into the Moose stun. 9 gonna be fine. Finds a corner to hide in. Yawar wants to chase him down and burn him out, impossible. And Quinn is gonna end up being dropped. Yawar fights it forward, gets the finish of Invoker, but then Brax steps in, is able to finish out his first life. Yawar tries to duke it out 1v1, but now Moo comes in after finishing out that recent skirmish, and they finish off Yawar. And they're going to get more from it. The supports who were in the neighborhood nearly caught out, and that is a 4-for-2 exchange for Business Associates, the most prominent fight of this one so far, and they get a good trade from it.
That was a nice play by Business surrounding that. Really clutch play by Fear, especially delaying. Invoker ended up dying still, but they were able to kite him, protect him for enough for him to still get his spells off, to help kill the Wraith King, and then TA died in return as well. But if Invoker did die there, then I think TA would have been able to survive. So it was really good positioning and being able to connect as fast as they did with their heroes. I didn't notice Mojo actually used his epicenter there. I don't know if he even got off or he canceled or something. But again, they're ready. They reset it. They have no time to farm. They can't hit creeps. They need to be chasing these heroes around the map and to continue controlling this game.
Yeah, it's not like they have too many high cooldowns. By the time they shake off the previous fight, they could be able to come back together and take it to Quincy crew.
They did see the smoke though.
Oh, they saw that smoke? Was it under that ward? Okay.
Yeah, they had a ward.
See what they can do with that bit of information. They're waiting on the low ground, but how Quincy were able to turn the corner. Oh, ambitious jump from Moo, hoping to scout them out, but Quincy understand that the jig is up and they try to retreat, but are there going to be stragglers here? Oh, they caught out MSS with the spear to the trees, and they're going to take a chance out. Big arena jumping comes down from Brax, and they annihilate the Gen. Fiber will be next, and suddenly 3 hit the deck.
Wars. Yeah, again, it's like that's all they can do is just keep killing until they have like 20k or 15k kind of netward swing, but the Roshan, and then they'll be able to high ground. But until then, like, you know, taking tier 1s and the outer towers. Even then, their outer towers is a little difficult unless they have siege, which the siege has been coming up for 25 minutes right now. Bottom lane.
Already there. Couple rotations here now. SCG just showed up. They got Quinn.
They see that Mirana is showing towards top now. They can't. They're looking. Quinn's actually they're
recalling another. They're gonna really try to get the jump on the Moo here. And there they bring MSS. He's able to step in front and get the stun. They finally take down that pesky Moo Slardar, and he hands over that 7-time bounty.
That's honestly how fast like kind of Quincy plays. It's like the moment that one person shows on the other side of the map, they're ready to jump the person that's like showing, and they're just grouping up because it's like they have nothing. Like you see both sides of Business Associates, the Mirana and Invoker both TP on the outpost, but that takes like what 6 and 7 seconds respectively, and they are unable to connect. And I think Lou like didn't respect where his kind of teammates were at the moment, and that's what kind of costed his death.
Where they're at and the time it would take for them to respond if something were to happen.
And you see the difference here. It's like, you know, Chaos Quincy is like able to get a kill, and they're able to get objectives out of it and have a lot of map control. In comparison, it's like, you know, you get kills and you just have to keep killing, and that doesn't always feel that great unless, like I said, you have like a 10-15k like network advantage.
Nope, right on mid lane. I don't think there was any vision there for Business to see what's happening. And 9 could get jumped. There's the blink in, there's the burrow. They're looking to burst him down. Piranha, heavy to blue light shadow. Arena, dumped down by Brax. Big chain cross bounces out and finishes off SBG on the back lines, but he was still able to get off that hand of God. And now Business comes trekking on forward. Yawar backs off a bit. Where's Quinn? Quinn is way out and back. He's like, we're done here. Let's go.
Yeah, 2 supports for Core Invoker. That's like they feel nice about it. That's the beauty of what Quincy's lineup is capable of doing with this TA and Senting. That whoever they jump on top of the tag team, they're just gonna melt. And the only save that they have is they don't have any Force Staffs yet. So the only real save is just kind of like a Frost Armor, a Frost Shield. So they're looking to the next objective right now, which is Roshan. That's one objective that they can do very, very quickly, with Solar Crest being finished up as well. The late spawn Roshan, 30 more seconds.
Oh, Blue spotted out Vibrant Crossing, jumping from Quinn. Arena going to be committed. They try to burst the Slardar to get that boss armor, and he just runs out from the arena down south to make it away from potential trouble. Brax tries to hold them back, retreats to the stairs. Yawar on the chase, pops his BKB and keeps trekking. Oh, big crit there. He needs more of that. Ice Wall not going to stop his majesty as he slices down Mars, forces him to take a knee. Moose could be next. Somehow managed to leap inside the pit.
Roshan just spawns.
Yep, and Quincy just clear out the area and say, we're going to take Roche for ourselves.
Yeah, it has to buy back for this. He can't give up Roche. This Roshan is like very, very important for business here.
Absolutely. Their high tempo lineup can't afford to hand that insurance to Quincy and allow the extra time. A nice quick jump in onto Quinn. Could be trouble, and they wipe him out. Hard strike from business as they also score the Fiverr takedown. And they have to backpedal. Now, do business want to keep pursuing here? Just double back and take the road. They can still get more. They find SVG and they'll take that one too. See, Yawar already heads down south.
We see Yawar with that ward. They're mass TPing right now. Oh,
he's TPing
Yawar
out.
with map awareness.
Damn.
Oh, it's because they see him too. They have a ward on their high ground.
Yes, right here. Yep.
Clutch. But now that gives them Roshan.
Yeah.
So what actually happened there was Quinn misclicked. He double tapped his TP, and then he ran out of mana to use his refraction, and he wasn't able to use his Kelvin there. And I think if he was able to get a refraction there, none of that situation would have happened. He would have been able to get out.
Yeah. He's working on that BKB. Obviously, would be a big tool to have in this fight. Still a ways off. And business will be able to score their Roche, and it's also 30-minute bounties.
Kiros almost finished on Stardar as well. Yawar really needs an armor item because once Mu finishes his Kiros, like, he has super negative armor. He only has 11 armor right now.
Pretty weak. Looks like, yeah, he does have the AC. Good answer for that. Because
he is level 20 now, so he doesn't really die to EMP more. So like, yeah, I think business still the same thing. They do have sieges out, so maybe they will consider making a plan around these to at least be able to pressure some sort of towers. And for Quincy, they think they feel good. They're ready to fight now because they have their BKB timings. And what they really want to do is, like I've mentioned already, like Mojo and Quinn, they're just gonna focus on one target, which is the general squishy targets. They can kill Mars as well, but like the Mirana, the Lich, and Invoker is their main priority. If they're able to jump him with both of these, he will die. On top of like a Tuskar snowballing in with a punch.
comes business.
Alright, this is gonna be a 5v5 fight here.
Yawar is right there. Looks pretty juicy. The jump in from Mu. The Brax follow-up. Puts him up against the wall. Fiverr trying to get in there. Gets cold snapped immediately. Yawar backs out. Mojo, epicenter on the back line. Looks like he was not able to get in. Blink may have been canceled.
It wasn't canceled. He didn't want to show it.
Kept it back instead. He's not going to jump and still hold strong. That regen is so ridiculous with the ice armor. This Slardar just muscles it out. Quinn with that BKB though, able to survive. Gets the refraction and blinks back indoors. We will settle for SBG instead. Only take Fiverr in addition to that. You know, it forces his buyback. And they are going to be able to get a tier 2.
There's a, like I said, they're only able to take towers with these sieges, and he wants to, maybe the Stardar.
Alacrity. Slardar just chipping away at the tower.
Dire structures are fortified.
Look there.
He's able to sustain here. No FP.
54 regen at the moment for Mu. Moves forward, throws out the spear, but the racks are going down. Not so much urgency at the moment from Quincy to defend.
The war's not even there, man. He's like, I'm out. I need a farm.
I mean, racing game, he understands that a rack has to go as part of the greater good. So, alright, Business Associates strike first inside the base. Take out the bottom lane set of racks.
And Yawar shoved in 2 lanes in the meantime, so that's good. If he didn't really shove in the mid lane, I think business would have continued and went high ground in the mid tier 1 as well.
Where are we at with the Aegis? Obviously, the timing getting there a bit. Is there any interest in Quincy crew doing anything, trying to take a fight during the expiration of the Aegis, or
Yes.
should they still like prolong things as much as possible?
They can't prolong any longer. So Kiros is going to be finished on Yawar
Okay.
in one creep, and Aegis is running out in 1 minute and 15 seconds. Yeah, 1 minute and 15 seconds.
Yeah. This rate of business really hustling around here to see what they can get out of this 1 minute window, maybe. Outpost top.
Yeah, but Moo is really tanky now because they were thinking of trying to burst him because it's kind of easy without his BKB, but he has a Sliver and a Kiros now, which on the top of his Ags buff makes him super tanky.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, it's tricky. What do you think the Quincy crew priority should be on who they try to focus? So,
No, they will still kill whoever's like out of position. They can kill the Sparta though. It's not like he's unkillable. His Aegis is out in 30 seconds, so I assume that they do have the timer on it.
Yeah.
They're just gonna get him a little bit low, and maybe business doesn't. They're gonna take advantage of that. They're just poking at him. So then
repair kit on the tower to try to take back any damage that had been done. It's all out. 2 more seconds for this Aegis.
be out now.
Look at Chaos, or Quincy, they're coming. To the high ground, there it goes. Aegis has expired, but Moo has made his move onto Yawar. Looks like business know the Aegis is gone, and that might be why they want to withdraw here.
And they built a lot of armor with the Shivas, Kiros, even Ghost Scepter to mitigate like a lot of the physical damage that Chaos is throwing out there. So it's very crucial that Mojo, the Sand King, comes out and gets an FP, because all of the fights and the engagement they've had so far, it's FP hasn't been used, or it's been cancelled, or whatever reason it may be. But there's been no epicenters yet.
And it's not like there's a pipe or anything on the business's side, so Magic could definitely bring some pain.
But even then, if he's able to get some good throw strikes and multiple targets in the fights, and him and TA jumping together alongside with this Tuskar for the tag team buff, it's like they will be able to burst them down despite how much armor that they do have.
Sneak attack.
Because he does have a solar crest as well.
Keeping the pressure forward though, as they get this mid lane pushed back. Top lane is pushed all the way back to the base. War working with the bottom lane in the meantime, unless they feel it's necessary to bring his Majesty back to the base for the defense. Who goes in with the early jump and gets back to chipping away at the tower, this time without the luxury of the Aegis. So swinging a miss from MSS on that burrow. Blinks back at War, keeping right into the front line. Gets welcomed with a vessel.
Oh, nice purge creep by SPG actually. There's a purge creep and a frost arm. Oh, and died.
Now it just has the purge creep.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
The BKB now complete on Moo. It's on the way. But you can feel that, you know, business know that they want to close this one out. They keep the pressure forward as much as possible. They send moves down bottom to deal with the bottom lane. They see Moo's bottom, and, you know, as we've seen, that's when Quincy make an advancement here. They're wrapping all the way around. Well, I thought they were going to jump in, but they're just creeping out.
Both teams are really just playing around for the next Roshan.
30 seconds, it may respawn.
They have 2 smokes on their side right now, and actually this is an early Roshan spawn. It's spawning in seconds. They still have a cheese on Mars as well.
Dire's
Like,
top barracks are
they're not
under
really
attack.
playing for any more items, because I think they kind of hit all of their key items already. I mean, Yawar is going for a nullifier, but it's still going to take them some time.
Oh, it's actually another 2 minutes and 30 seconds for that roach, it looks like.
Oh, right there.
They go back to the top lane, and Moo is just going in. No one's here to defend it. So he gets a clean tier 3 and 1 rack.
Because there's no damage on him.
All right, spear from Brax, double burrow from MSS, and the God, and oh my God, Quinn is dead and gone, no bite. 80 seconds, just like that. Oh, Yawar could be next. Moog is going on an assault right now. Puts his Majesty down, and he still has the BKB. Yawar is getting backed up and can't do anything. He is stuck inside. He has to retreat. MSS gets blasted down. 3 hit the deck. And Business taking another center X. They're feeling super confident. Full all chat.
Is under attack.
Both of them not fighting me. They're really feeling themselves right now for sure.
I think that might be it. I mean, Yawar knows he can't defend it all. He's already running down south.
We're gonna play for Megas.
Nope, they're not. They're going to GG. We're going to go to game 3. Well played by Business. Obviously, much faster type of lineup. The moves Slardar, always a pleasure. You know, may have been deep in the playbook there, Demon, but hey, it worked.
I know that's one of his